welcome back to What Arty Noobs with Channel Disturbance. This is the S-51. It's a Tier 7 Soviet SPG, and this one's located on the southwest spawn of Arctic region, otherwise known as the Mannerheim line. And it's under the command of zoeballz. And Zoe told me, after she did this replay, she put away her S-51 forever because she hates it. Well, I can't believe that, Zoe. This is a lovely tank. It's a lovely SPG. This one is known as the Unicorn because of that long barrel sticking out the front of the vehicle. It's definitely a Unicorn. That is the 203mm B4 howitzer. It's the Top Gun, and it certainly is very, very powerful. The chassis was supposed to come from the KD-1S, but they never actually put them into production. And Zoe is aiming for the enemy plateau, or rather the lookout looking above their spawn point. And I think she's expecting one of the enemy tanks to appear. Now the reload is quite long on the S-51, so she's still not loaded, but an enemy target has turned up. It's the Ferdinand. Round out. Oh, RNG said no. No, it hit the rock face. Now, maybe one of the reasons why Zoe doesn't like the S-51. It trolls her. Right, well, we know there's a Ferdinand up there, and they're very slow to move, Ferdinand, so I don't think he will have moved away. And since he is a tank destroyer, otherwise known as the Elephanta, I think, or Elephant, I think he'll still be there. He'll probably be looking out from that heights at this moment. Just can't be seen. We haven't got anybody spotting across the valley. We've fired around him blind, and we got a hit. He was definitely there. So he's just received a 203mm round, and that Ferdinand has probably lost half his hit points. Now, it appears that Zoe is focusing on that Ferdinand alone. There are some enemy heavies down south. Actually, now she's aiming for that T-71, but he's gone unspotted. And we've got a Jagdpanzer 4. Oh, no, he's dead. Now, there are some better targets around. It's a Tier 8 game, by the way. And we've got two enemy heavies on the heavy area. There's a VK3601H there. And that VK3601H is a Tier 6 heavy. Round out just behind him, but it still does 215 hit points of splash. Now that's one of the things that the S-51 is so famous for getting bombardiers. The splash is so big that if two enemy tanks are sitting close to each other, you might actually take out both with one shot. And that Lorraine 40 ton has got way too far forward, and now he's being assaulted by two tanks at once. And that 5916 is almost alongside him. Yeah, he's dead. We're almost loaded. Getting ready to hit that 5916. I think we're going to go. Are we going to go for the 112? That's the Tier 8. We fire at the 16 and wipe him out. 470 hit points. He's gone out the game. And looks like a round from our fellow Arty, the SU8, just hit the wreck of the 40T. And we're reloading. There's only one tank in it at the moment. And there's a big fight going up in the north. The mediums have met at the pass at A4, and they're fighting it out together. An enemy around right in there right now might actually help the battle. Yep, Zoe spotted it. I spotted it. Okay, it's a very narrow arc of fire on the S-51, so you can expect to get reticule bloom. And you can see that the mountain she's in front of her is actually in the way of certain angles. She's got a red line there, you see. She can't fire at that P43 BIS at the moment, but she could probably get a shot at the ones behind him. There's the Ferdinand. Oh, he's lost over 500 hit points. Dialing in, round out. direct hit. 484 hit points. It's another good shot. She was being trolled by that rock face in the first shot at that Ferdinand. The enemy is now starting to be pushed back in the north. Yeah, we're starting to flood through there, so I think this battle is looking good for our side. We're 4 tanks up on the enemy now, and around into the rear of these two mediums. But actually, T-44 has gone around the corner, but we can hit the Poodle. Oh, no, he's gone. T-44 lining up a shot, but at the moment it's a difficult shot because that Lurver's too close. And he rams himself to death against the Lurver. Okay, we're aiming for the lookout where the Ferdinand is, but we've spotted the enemy Arty, or one of them. It's the M44. Dialing in. Fire a round in, and direct hit wipes him out. 280 hit points. I think that's really good for the S-51. I mean, it's such a powerful Arty. It really, even if that shell had landed to one side of the M44, it probably would have wiped it out anyway. And we've got the 112 moving back towards the enemy cap area to defend it. And there's a Lorraine 15550 further to the north, but we're going after the 112. Unfortunately, he's gone unspotted temporarily. We can't hit the Ferdinand, he's the other side of the rock, so he's out the way. But we're expecting the 112 somewhere in those woods. We're just looking for any sign of him from any trees being knocked down. There's nothing yet. Well, we've got a KV-2 and a T-3485 approaching from the south. A T-3485 is over the ridge line, slightly to the west. And of course the Lurver is holding down that Ferdinand. Oh, there's the 112. He actually headed north. And he's up now attacking the Lurver. Now, can we get a shot into him here? Probably. Lining up a shot. Round out. Oh, he stopped. And our shell lands in between the Lurver and the 112. But it still stuns the 112. And the Lorraine's come into sight again. And he's been wiped out. There's only 2 enemy tanks left. The 112 and the Ferdinand. Now, if the 112 tries to go anti-clockwise around that rock, he'll get spotted by the T-3485 when he gets beneath him, because they'll be proxy spotting each other. T-3485 has come down. The KV-2 is moving up on the Ferdinand. Oh, and the Ferdinand's killed the KV-2. Ouch. Now it's not so overwhelming the lead. It's only 3 tanks now. And of course there's 2 Arty firing at them, and the problem is that they are so far away and that rock's in the way. It's effectively 2 on 2 because neither of the Arty or the T-25-2 can actually do anything from here. The T-25-2 really does need to move over to the enemy cap area, and he's just not really doing anything. He is wasting his time sitting up there on that height. There he is up there. He's not overturned or anything. He's just not doing anything. So Zoe is taking matters into her own hands, and she's going to try and drive up, and I think she's going to go from the lower pass. So she's going to cut across the ice road on the south, and the reason for that is if she tries to go the other way, she won't be in a position to hit the Ferdinand or the 112 until she's really close. And the SU-8 is now repositioned as well. Looks like he's coming around to join Zoe. If the 112 finishes off that T-3485, and he has, now it's 3 on 2, but the T-25-2 is not really helping. He's going around to the north. And I'm guessing, but I think that the Ferdinand and the 112 will take up defensive positions around their own cap and wait for the Artys and the T-25-2 to turn up. And if that T-25-2 had actually managed or bothered to come around, Okay, so the Su-8 is now firing at the Ferdinand, and he got a hit. But if the T-25-2 had gone around the north, he could have attacked those two tanks from behind as they were trying to attack the T-34-85Ms. Okay, well, we know where the 112 is. He's trying to kill the T-25-2. We're going around and we're going to try and hit him from this direction, and we can't get a shot on him. So we're hoping, I think, that we can get shots on the Ferdinand instead. There he is. Okay, we've locked on, auto-aimed. Oh no, we only stunned him. Should have gone to Arty aim. We only stunned him, and the Su-8 can't do anything at the moment. Now Zoe needs, she's doing the right thing. Head north, turn around, and then hit the Ferdinand from behind. The Su-8 will either spot him or you'll spot him. Either way, one of the Arty is going to hit them. Unfortunately, we can't we can't help the T-25-2 at the moment unless we can loop a shell over that rock face. Can we do that? We're going to try. Dialing in. We should be able to get him. Yep, right into his rear. Found out. Kill shot. 243. Now we need to get that Ferdinand. Oh, we lost the Su-8. The Ferdinand got him. Unfortunately, the view range on the Su-8 is pretty appalling, and the Ferdinand had a better view range. So what we're going to do now is we're going to sit behind the cap, because the Ferdinand does know where we are. He does know it because we fired at him, and he must have seen that. But he doesn't know precisely where we are now. He knows the general area we're located in. Okay, so he's moving her chassis back alongside the Lorraine. I would have moved it slightly further back actually to use the push mechanic, because then even though we fired, the Ferdinand, if he did come back to the cap, wouldn't see where we were precisely. Okay, we've seen him. He's coming from the south. And this is what I suspected he might do, circle around. Okay, but Zoe can take him out from here easily. Line him up. Round out. And no, not yet. Here we go. Round out now. That's it. She got him. So that's game. I can't see why Zoe hates the S-51. It's lovely. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's a first mark of excellence for zoeballz in the S-51. And she said that, yep, I don't really want to play this. I don't normally, but wanted to mark this thing and move my crew to the Su-14-2, the school bus. Oh dear. Anyway, she got a second class tanker in the S-51. She also picked up a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. She managed to get 13. And a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. She got 4 exactly. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, if we look at that, we see that the highest damage actually goes to the Ferdinand. 2,920 hit points. He got the highest amount. Zoe managed to pick up 2,193 and the Lertha 2,880. When it came to kills, it was the Ferdinand who managed to get the highest amount. He got the top gun and 6 kills. Also picked up the high caliber. And Zoe managed to pick up 4 kills. The next highest scorers were the T-25-2 and the 112 managed to get 2 kills apiece. When it came to base experience points, it was the Lertha who did best. He got 981, Zoe got 918, and then the T-25-2 got 857. Zoe fired 10 rounds during that battle. She got 6 direct hits, 6 penetration, and 3 splash. Damage of 2,193 hit points, all at more than 300 meters. She hit 5 of the enemy, 1/3 of the enemy team, and killed 4 of them. She did 622 hit points stun assistance of 5 stuns. On a premium account, she earned 43,191 credits, and after ammunition resupply and consumables, so she did use premium ammo and she was running food for the Soviet crew, she actually made a loss of 28,629 credits. She received 1,377 XP, got that same amount for personal missions payout, took home 2,754. So I presume that now the crew of her S-51 is now located in her school bus, which is one of the Arty she'll probably like a bit more, even though it's actually got the same guns as the S-51. It's got the 152mm BR2 and the 203mm B4 howitzer. So no change on the guns and no change on the reload times really, but it's probably slightly different. Not quite the same. The school bus is more like it's a better Arty in terms of the fact that it does have vents, which means obviously you get an improvement in performance of the crew straight away, especially if you've got BIA. But Zoe says she hates the S-51. She has at least marked it, so that's one thing. Pity that she doesn't try to 3-mark it, because then that would be really good. But that's really cruel. No. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.